Actually, you know what? Let's talk about auto voltages first, actually. Auto VCCSA and VCCIO. So I had two of these this week where... Okay, so usually when people buy consoles, they'll always, like 9 times out of 10, they'll have like dog shit RAM. But, and then what they'll usually do is they won't wait for me. They'll be like, oh, I got the new RAM. I'm going to throw that shit in, right? And then they'll fucking enable XMP. Or you can't have a product laying beside you and you just like not install it. That's never happened. I've never like maybe I've done like 50 or 60 consults now, and not one time has someone been like, hey, I got the RAM, I'm gonna wait for you to be ready before I install it. Not one, dude. Not fucking one. It's always like, oh yeah, hey, I threw it in and my BIOS reset on me because I tried to enable XMP, and I'm like, God fucking damn it, Jesus Christ, dude. And then thankfully I usually just save a profile so I can just reload the profile after. I've gotten burned that way so many times. But what was his name again? Nezzy? The fuck was his name? There's a certain motherboard. Nezzy, what motherboard was it, dude, that you had? I don't remember now. I think it was, okay, yeah, one of them was Asus Z490 Maximus Extreme. It was an Asus, that's what it was. Yeah, man, I think Asus seems to be the most egregious offender of this. Like, brutal, dude. Like, to the point where it actually killed one of the chips. So this guy, fuck, what was his story now? He bought B-Die, couldn't get it stable. He was trying all kinds of crazy shit. He was like trying like 4400 C16 on like 4 DIMMs and shit, like just trying to get like dude, it's not gonna happen. Oh, we'll talk about this guy first. I'm like, not gonna happen. Then we tried 4000 C17. Oh no, sorry, the first thing that I did, remoted into his computer, and I saw 1.65 VCCSA. That's the first thing I saw in IDA 64. And then I was like, oh. At first I thought I thought the actual sensor was wrong, because I'm like, what the fuck? I've never seen it that high before. And then lo and behold, he goes into his BIOS. He's like, yeah, auto 1.65. And he's like, I thought the number was just what it can go up to, not what it was actually using. Sup, Chris? And then I was like, no, dude, that's exactly what it's fucking using. And then I was like, how long did you have it like this before you paid for the consult? And he's like, not more than 2 or 3 days. I'm like, okay. I'm like, okay. That's, you know, like a couple of, and he's, oh yeah, he was also like, I only played for a few hours a day too. So like let's say 3 days tops. This is the guy that fried his chip, by the way. 3 days tops, few hours a day of gaming at 1.65 VCCSA. I'm gonna move this down here. We'll talk about this in a second. And then so we're doing the consult, right? And I'm like, okay, let's try the Extreme is an 8-layer PCB. So I'm like, let's just try a 4133 straight away. Not stable. I'm like, fuck. I'm like, fucking Asus boards. I just assumed it was because it was an Asus board. I'm like, all right, dude, Asus boards don't like 4 DIMMs very much on Z490. We'll just have to accept 4000, right? So we go to 4000 C17. Not stable. I'm like, so not stable, 4000 C17. So I was like, how is this possible, dude? And then I checked the VCCSA voltage. I even backed it down to like 3200 to make sure the core and the cache were stable. Then I was like, I was like, could it be? Because I never actually done an extreme before either. And a Maximus extreme, I always thought they were good for memory overclocking. I'm like, could it be that the Maximus extreme is not as good, like, or is as shitty as the Strixes? Because the Strixes usually top out at like 3,900 with 4 dims, right? So, not stable. No, it was, sorry, it was OCCT stable. This. So I just assumed it was fine. He messaged me he messages me the next day, and then he was like, dude, I'm getting stutters in Warzone. I'm like, that's stutters and like stutters that feel like lag slash latency slash rubber banding usually leads to a memory overclock or temperature problem of some sort, right? Get to the music down for a second. So I'm like, try 3,800. I'm like, this doesn't make any fucking sense. At this point, I'm like, okay, something is really fucked here. And then obviously by this point, the guy is getting upset. He's like, dude, I paid like fucking $700 for this board and this RAM, and I can't even get 4,000. I'm like, let's just one thing at a time, man. One thing at a time. And then not stable, still stuttering. Then I was like, dude, I was like straight up, I'm like, dude, I don't know what's fucking wrong with this thing. Like, I literally don't fucking, I can't understand. I'm like, it has to be the VCCSA that's doing it. It had the only variable that was different from this consult compared to every other one's was this. So I'm like, if this is the only variable that's different, it had to have been that, dude. It had to have been. And I'm like, can you exchange the CPU? Just fuck it. Just send it, dude. Just try and send that shit. He's like, yeah, I'll exchange it. He, I think it was Micro Center, and they swapped it for him like that the same day. He came back the same day. He's like, dude, I put the CPU in, stable, no stutters, all gone. I'm like, wow, dude. We wasted fucking 2 days troubleshooting. So, moral of the story here. I don't know if the guy was telling the truth. Obviously, it could have been like a month at this, right? I just, like take what he says as the truth. I'm just assuming it's the truth. But 3 days of 1.65 VCCSA, few hours, wrecked his chip, burned his IMC. Oh yeah, don't, oh yeah, dude, fuck. But I never seen 1.65 before. That's insane, dude. The Asus motherboard literally just fucking destroyed this guy's IMC. Very fucked up. Yeah, let me catch up on the chat here. You're gonna trigger the XOC audio, guys. No shit, dude. That's a whole different breed. Fucking audio files. How high is daily VC? See, that how so this is why I don't want XOC guys in the fucking Discord, dude. This is literally the exact fucking reason why. 1.65 Intel spec, bro. It's on the Intel spec sheet. It's on the Intel spec sheet. It has to be stable. Okay, no. What is safe? I don't know. Literally. I don't know, dude. I personally don't go above 1.35. And then can I see it actually right now? It kind of LLCs over a little bit to like 1.37. 1.3. So I have it actually set to 1.35 in the BIOS, but it kind of overshoots a little bit. I might actually back this down a little bit. I don't think I need this much, but it's perfectly stable right now with 4,400, right? So I would check this number and make sure this isn't over 1.4 for daily use. That's even this kind of sketches me out, to be honest. It's a memory controller, you know what I mean? Thanks Newman. Thanks for taking care of that. Who manufactured that board? Asus. Yeah, dude, Asus. No, it was a new BIOS, the brand new one. He actually thought of that first. He just flashed the BIOS. It was the latest BIOS. It was a 4400 kit. So it was see, now I kind of have to go back and maybe not recommend the 4400 kits. Cuz like look at this, right? So 1.3 we'll say 1.375. But hang on, there's a couple of topics here. Okay, wait. So you don't have to go this high with B-die anyway, because you're more temperature limited or voltage limited on the DRAM anyway. So like, in order, just because I have a water block on my RAM, so I can go this high, right? But usually around 1.3 or like 1.32 gets you like 4266 anyway, and you're never gonna go above this on air cooling regardless on a Z49 with B-die, right? For like gaming stability and like 1.45 DRAM voltage. You know what I mean? So there's literally no reason to ever fucking put your VCCSA this high. And unless you're using like Hynix 5000 kits or some shit, right? But yeah, so now it's kind of like he bought the 4400 Vipers and tried to enable XMP, and then the Asus board shoved in 1.65 volts. So now it's like maybe I shouldn't be recommending these to people. Thank God the guy had warranty though. We just exchanged the chip, right? But now I kind of have to be see it's like I recommend products with good intentions, and I recommend products based on like the guy. I don't know how to word it. I suggest it. Man, XOC guys don't fucking get it, dude. They don't understand that, like, when you're in a position of influence, when you're in a position of influence and then you recommend something to someone and then it ends up breaking their shit, it's like, how many layers of safety do you have? How many disclaimers do you have to put in there? You have to be like, okay, so now it's like, now when I recommend 4400 Vipers, I gotta be like, if you buy 4400 Vipers and enable XMP, check VCCSA. Then what you're gonna get is 90% of the commoners being like, what the fuck is VCCSA? Or what's XMP? Where do you, like, I don't know, man. That's rough. That's rough. Let me catch up on the chat here. One sec. Catching up. Yeah, dude. I don't remember. I don't remember which guy it was, but no, there was two guys, I think, in the Discord, like maybe a month or two back, that was saying 1.55 VCCSA is spec and safe. Thank God I banned those fuckers, dude. I was like, holy, get the fuck out of here. But like even in our own Discord, there's maybe like 5 guys that know how to overclock. Like overclock. Like to the extent where they know what every single voltage does, right? You gotta be so, dude, there's so many commoners. The amount of commoners that completely outweigh somebody that knows how to overclock is staggering, dude. So like 10 fucking dudes on the OC forum is not a good indicator of what kind of humans are actually playing games, and even just getting into the PC scene now. Like during like the whole COVID shit, like there's a lot of newcomers coming in, dude. They don't know any better. It's like the majority of my audience are commoners, right? Hey, let me catch up here. Gotta give, I know I have to, dude. Rems, I gotta hit my, I have 6 macro buttons here. So I was gonna do like the XOC guy voice, be like,
this is like the XOC voice. This is exactly how I imagine those guys talk. Just like little pansies, you know what I mean?
but I have like 6 presets and I gotta go through them all, and I like, this is the XOC voice. This is the I have to have a separate button for Nori because that dude fucking sounds like a tenor. I like the Nori voice, then the Mela voice. Oh Christ! Hang on. You know what? I had a guy pay for a I know you're joking, Lori. I'm talking to Lori's comment. What is safe? Just don't turn on your PC. I know you're joking, but there are a lot of people like that, dude. I got a consult like that today. People that come from console gaming where all they are used to is pressing a power button and it just works. They've never actually had to, like, it's not their fault. They've never actually had to learn about hardware or like what a fucking like they don't even see wires on consoles, dude. Imagine having this tower with fucking fans everywhere and wires going all over. It looks like a bomb, dude. It literally, to these people, it looks like a fucking bomb waiting to go off. Like you can't, like, it's so fucked, dude. So now I'm kind of like, oh, and on this kind of topic, check this out. So I can't really recommend these anymore to most people, right? Hang on. Yeah, but how do you get people to watch a video on checking XMP? If it's phrased motherboards are stupid. No, you gotta make it more clickbaity. I actually have a couple of XMP videos and they have no views. Nobody gives a shit. They're just like, I don't fucking care about XMP. Like, they don't fucking care. Or if you go to, we'll talk about this in a second. If you go to God, what the don't buy NZXT PCs. Just go to this video, go to the comments, and everyone's like, what's XMP? It's, dude, it's batshit. It's batshit, dude. It's you know what's interesting? You know what's fucking curious? When I started this whole, like, you know, when I started this whole YouTube like journey type of thing, I used to make content that was way more hardcore, like deleting Zens and shit and putting liquid metal on Vegas and all that shit. There's maybe like one person that understands that shit to like 1 to 100,000 ratio. So like one guy might know what XMP is, 100K don't know. I know it's a little bit of an exaggeration, but the ratio is fucking insane, dude. You even just the verbiage that we use, we can't even really use it anymore. Like, we have to be really careful, dude. It's crazy. Yeah, Vader's a commoner, but he's trying to learn and shit, right? You're here, dude. How did you find the channel, Vader? You must have been looking something up. Yeah, would you recommend to your grandma philosophy? Well, I would have. Like before I saw this, before I actually saw this, where I actually shoved 1 points, I would have recommended grandma the 4400s, but now I wouldn't. Now I would recommend Grandma the 4000s. At least then you might know it might just shove in 1.45. That's okay. I mean, that's still not. At least it's not 1 point. At least the person might get a couple of years out of it. You know what I mean? Holy Christ, dude. 3 days it burned his chip out. 3 fucking days. Now, there's also the possibility of maybe the chip was DOA from the factory anyway. Possibly. It's really only a sample size of 1, but the only difference from that consult was the VCCSA. So even though it was a sample size of 1, I'm pretty confident in saying that it burned his chip out, dude. I'm like pretty damn confident because nothing else made any sense. And it was stable at like 3,200. Right? I just got the... No, it's fine, dude. No. I'm pretty sure those 4000s that I got were a bad batch. If you can get 4000 or 4133 out of your Vipers, that's perfectly fine, dude. What the fuck? Status quo. Sup, Perry? I feel like it's more since Linus uses what? My friend V5 recommended you? I don't know who that is, but tell him I said thanks. Out of my 10 friends that play, yeah, dude. The guys that I play Warzone with every night, not Imad or Undamaged, but like my IRL buddies, we're always in the Discord at the bottom. We're playing Warzone all the fucking time now. They don't know what XMP is. I built both of their rigs for them. I pretty much, I'll build PCs for all my IRL friends, and they just want to play a game. Vezi or Nezi or whatever his name was, this guy also said that his was at 1.65 for a few days and his seems to be okay. The other guy, so I had 2 of them this week. Oh, I had another story I had to tell you guys. Fuck. Okay, hang on. Oh yeah, Nezi, yeah. Oh, see, yeah, but you have the... Hang on. I bought 4133 Vipers, couldn't get BC. No, Oguera. You're not guaranteed for... You know what? Contrary to XOC belief, 4133 is quite difficult, dude. On 4 DIM motherboards, it's quite difficult. You're not, just because you bought this kit doesn't mean you're gonna get it. The XOC hardware Andes buys single rank 16 gig sticks, so it's like you can crank 5,000 megahertz out of that bitch, dude. If you go 4 DIM or dual rank sticks, 4133 isn't easy, dude. It's not that easy. You take a big hit. I just had Burger King shit. What the fuck? Hang on. Yeah, so Nezi, it also depends. So I noticed that with Asus Z490 boards, Strix boards and down, or I should say Hero and up, 4,000 max with 4 DIMs. Strix, the Strix middle level, 3,900 max, 4 DIMs. And then the ones below that, whatever the hell they are, the primes, the gaming, whatever the hell the one down below that, 3,800 max, 4 DIMs. I shit you not. For the Asus boards, they're not good, man. They're not. And then the Extreme, I think the guy got 4133 after he swapped his CPU out. Extreme. I keep doing the gigabyte branding. Yeah. So if you if you have an Asus Hero and you bought the 4133s, getting it to 4133 on the Hero is rare, dude. Really rare. Like, it's hard, dude. There you go. See, I've done so, and you know, like, Asus is a really big brand, so you have to imagine the ratio of consults that I get and how many Asus boards I gotta deal with constantly, dude, constantly. So, it's like, but on the other hand, I'm like, oh, you got an ROG Strix? Just set that shit to 3900 right away. You know what I mean? Yeah, so Nezzy had the Strix, he put us down to 3900, and now it's stable, right? It's like clockwork. Like, they build those motherboards with such tight tolerances that it's actually rare. Like, there's no variance, dude. It's like, you have a Strix, 3900. You have a Hero, 4000. Like, it's like the tolerances are the fucking same, dude, every time. Every time, dude. Oh, V5. Okay, yeah. Okay, I got it. Yeah. I know that guy. I missed a conversation there. Sup, Hazor. I'm very curious about experience. I was looking into them since I couldn't get a 3080. And we couldn't get a 3080 exactly. I'm gonna get there, dude. Hang on. I'm gonna get there. Subjufus kept my EU ass up. Well, thanks, dude. I'd probably fucking 6 a.m. there now. Catch the stream. Have you had any experience with the 8-pack sticks? 8 dims? Do you have a HDDT platform? What are you talking about? 8-pack sticks. You have to clarify what you're talking about. Are you talking about like the quad channel 8-pack like X299 kits? Yeah, Nico can't go over 4000. Exactly, dude. Fucking exactly. I have Hero Man. Yeah, Vader. So well, if so, I've said this before and I'll say it again. You should buy motherboards based on what you want. In terms of features, so you can consider overclocking a feature. So if overclocking is the main feature you're after, Apex, Dark, Tachyon, Unify, these ones will all, well, I don't know about the Tachyon. I'm assuming it's good. I'm talking about Z590, right? These ones will all get 4400 on 2 dims. Dual rank. All of them, dude. Because they only have 2 dims, right? Unify ITX, I believe, is the one. Now, the thing about these boards, though, you have to, like there's drawbacks to that shit. No iGPU. Like, there's no, like, iGPU VRM. It doesn't even power it. So, no dual LAN. What else they got missing? Weird fucking PCIe spacing on all of them, dude. This one has, like, a 4-time slot at the top. Then, like, a 6th. Like, there's fucking weird shit, dude. Overclocking boards, right? I'm just looking at mine right now, trying to figure out what else is kind of weird about this thing. You know what I mean? So like, you're losing other shit. You lose shit when you go for one of these ones, right? You get the MSI Godlike. I mean, it's an extreme example, right? You got iGPU. You got 4266 4 dims. You got 10 gig LAN. You got fucking Thunderbolt. You got God, every fucking thing under the moon, dude. You know what I mean? So, or the Hero. Let's take the Hero for example. You get a 5 gig LAN on that bitch, I think. Right? iGPU, 5 gig LAN, looks nice, proper spacing. I don't know much about the onboard audios, to be honest. Oh, or if you buy the gigabyte ones, they have a feature on the back of them. I did for Z390, the yellow port, where you plug in a DAC, you can turn off the 5-volt USB power to it so it doesn't crackle your headphones. There's cool shit, dude. You're never gonna find this on a fucking overclocking board. You know what I mean? So is the extra 400 megahertz on your RAM and 5 FPS worth losing some other features? Buy based on features. Don't worry about it. Oh, it's just that I like overclocking, and that's a feature for me, so I prefer that, right? So I'm gonna go that route, right? The Hero is not a great board, dude. It's not a good board. I returned one of my very first videos. I bought a Hero. It pissed me off so much. I bought a Z490 Master, and it did the exact same settings, perfectly stable within 5 seconds. So I wasted 2 weeks of time on a BIOS screen on the Hero, and I spent 30 seconds on a Gigabyte Aorus Master. And then I'm like, fuck this nonsense, dude. I returned that shit. Let me catch up on the chat 1 sec. It's not a bad board. Don't get me wrong. 3900, 4000 memory is still fine. You can just crank the timings down. 8-pack is some XOC guy that has branded stuff now. I have no idea, dude. That does not matter to us. No, the Aorus Master can do 4400 on 4. It's still a 6-layer PCB. The Extreme, maybe. I think, or the Godlike, maybe. We'll get to the 1600 XT shit 1 sec. Do you think it's normal for a 3080 to run a 60%? If you're not tuned, yeah, definitely. I don't know what I would have done if I hadn't found you, brother. How did you find me, Nezzy? Dude, every consult that I do, they're just like, people... Dude, I had another comment. So I raised my prices after the last stream was fucking bananas, dude. I got 6 consults after that last fucking stream. I was like, I'm overloaded, right? And then I raised my prices, and one guy on YouTube was like, $300? That's a little extreme. I'm like, dude, I can't take a fucking baseball bat and bat people away from how busy I am with all these fucking consults, dude. There's too many. I'm like, every fucking person. Oh shit. I know it's Rems. I just don't know. Rems. Oh man, Rems. Man, me, Rems, and Undamaged had a good trio going. Why haven't you guys been on since? Me, Rems, and Undamaged were rocking like 35 to 40 kills in trios. Could never seal the deal though, man. Fuck. Could not seal the deal.